Hello.
Hello, welcome to leg 4. We now have 4 legs. Not quite a full arachnid, but
can you tell when people have listened to us and watched
No.
it, John?
No.
Oh.
I mean, you can tell by views, can't you?
Yeah.
That's about all.
Yeah.
But you don't. A view could be a click and straight on and straight off. Think, oh my god, what a bunch of tossers! Not watching them. You can't tell.
Oh, I'm rolling.
Rolling.
And right in front of me is
Already?
747. Oh my god, I'm going underneath it. Oh. 747's take off from Newcastle.
Yes. I don't know.
Not anymore. No, they used to. There aren't any. Well, the only 747s flying are cargo planes. They're running cargo, they don't run passengers. The Sky Dolly, John.
Yeah.
How do I know it's running? When the record button is red.
And also, if you look at the top right of the timeline, it says time and it's counting up.
Oh, yep. Jolly good. Thank you very much.
I'm in the air.
Already?
Okay.
Wow. Right.
Banking.
Beacon on.
Rolling.
Good grief, I'm starting up.
747's just taking it to the air.
I've got to put the lights on, actually.
We had a bit of trouble yet. Put the nose down to pick up a bit more speed. He's just staggering into the air.
Beacon's on. Here comes the batteries.
What planes are you guys in?
I'm in that one we were in last night, on Sunday. No. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
The diesel.
Yes.
I'm sticking with the same. I'm sticking with the same plane for continuity throughout the series.
Yeah. Cody's won the lottery. She's upgraded this week.
Oh, he's gone DA62.
Yeah, carbon fibre.
And how much was it? You looked it up. It was a massive amount of money.
$1.7 million.
That's like, yeah. Twin engine GA aircraft. 1.7 mil.
Crazy.
I mean, blimey.
Strobe is on so we can dazzle everybody.
Would you Adam and Eve it?
Would you Adam and Eve it? Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Mark down there, look.
Ah.
Just
Mark.
Just
hello.
Hello.
You might see me just fly a bit close to you.
Let's see if I can load under the catalogue.
I'm just going to fly around the control tower. Or with that rapidity anyway.
Okay.
But I can hear you too.
I'm above and behind you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ratman, but you're still, if you do decide to stand right in front of the
Well, the sky's quite busy.
Very.
I've got my nameplates off. I just remembered.
It's probably about what 30 people in the sky.
Oh, it's looking lovely. Look at that.
Look at that on the runway, Toady.
Oh my word.
Toady Two Towels.
Oh yeah, Tony Two Towels.
Mr. Two Towels, the man with two towels. Please move your car.
That reminds me of after a squash game. No, tennis. I was playing tennis in the winter. And we used to have showers afterwards to warm up because it was like 7 at night. And the courts had frost on them. I can't. Anyway, I did it for about 6, 7, 8 years. We went to the showers, had a long shower, and there was squash players in this club that I played tennis at that also showered after their indoor matches. And when I came out of the shower, I promise this is not a word of a lie, there was a guy there who'd been playing squash that picked my towel off the hook, and he was flogging himself with it. I promise you, instead of just rubbing his upper shoulders down, you know, and his hair, he was bloody well flossing himself with my towel. And the guys I've been playing tennis with I said it, excuse me, I think that's my towel. He looked at it, he said, oh yeah, sorry, and he gave it to me with all these skid marks on it.
You obviously didn't use it to dry your face
Thanks
off.
very much. Well, it's the only towel I had, so I used the ends of it. my towel, just had to use the ends of it. And these guys I was playing tennis with were just pissing themselves laughing. I mean, who
violates somebody's towel?
Floppers with their towel anyway, their own towel, let alone someone else's. That was weird, wasn't it?
Oh, you've got stuff flying off the edge of your wings.
No.
Yeah. Looks like a...
You know what that is, doesn't it?
What?
The carbon fiber's deteriorating is a 1.7 million plane, and it's dumping fuel out the wings.
I always remember that. I don't play
I'm not surprised you remember it.
tennis at night anymore, and I don't shower at the club anymore. It's the guys, they just could not believe it. They're just killing themselves laughing. In fact, he then picked his own towel off his own hook that was next to mine, and mine was a big cream towel.
Oh, yeah, it would be cream, wouldn't it?
Anymore, no. And his was a shitty little off-cream one, a quarter of the size. You know? So he's no wonder he picked mine.
I would have just taken his.
Yeah, but you don't know what he'd done with that before.
Right, yeah, there is
When he
that.
washed it, I mean, God, if he flosses with someone else's towel. Anyway, so I had to dry myself with the two ends of my towel.
Rolling.
I'll give you rolling.
80. 90. Thank you, Tommy. You have to watch the video to see the stuff coming off your wings. It must be it's like pixie dust. Airborne.
Fix it dust.
Nice looking body. What time is it?
It is 4:30 morning.
That means the sun's coming up.
It's lovely.
So, oh my God, I've got to bring up
Yeah, turn left.
Let's see if I've got my...
225 or 235.
Oh, yes.
23.
I've got a magenta line, I've done it.
Right, I'll wait for you guys to overtake me.
Where are you, John?
Just in front of you, I think.
Silent aircraft. Can't be asked to change it. Just have to fly with the sun.
Silent aircraft.
I don't know, because it's this big update just about with the sound settings, but I can hear you too, which is much more important.
Where are you, Mark?
I am on the magenta line.
Okay, are you behind us?
No, I think I'm in front of you.
Are you low down?
I am 2,500 and climbing. Max level.
Oh,
Max level 3.
Only two trousers remind me of that bloke.
I can see it. It's only 2 times.
Right,
Well, you're okay. If you can afford a DA62, you must be only 5,000 time.
Yeah, that's right.
5,000.
You're well towelled.
With the A62, you're buying your towels in Monaco.
One of the guys I've known from young quite, and he used to work
Sink
in an
rate.
office many moons ago.
Sink pull up.
His nickname was Five Skin.
Pull up. Sink rate.
Why?
Because he always
Ah,
wanted to
yeah.
be one better than everyone else.
Yes.
So they nicknamed Five Skin.
Naughty. Right.
Because I can't hear the engine, and I also can't hear that beep, 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 noise before the wings fall off.
But maybe a disaster.
Are you in the same one, Jim?
No, I'm in the Cap 10 for continuity.
What we started with the big hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pumpy Bum is ahead of us, Captain Pumpy Bum. We won't go there, eh?
Oh, some cracking names. What was the cloud base, John? You said, I remember.
3,000 is it? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's about 3.5. Descending. Going about 3.
I'm 2,000 feet. Down to 2,000. In real life, when we flew down to Bembridge from Booker, I think we flew about 1,500 feet. It's quite low, isn't it?
Is that why you flew into the clubhouse?
That was on the ground, actually. It was still what's the word, described as an air incident, even though we were taxiing.
Quite clearly on the deck.
We were quite clearly. First class flight. What I have to do is go. It's a funny old game.
Oh, this bloody autopilot still doesn't want to play ball.
I can see you heading off west.
No. Bloody thing.
You know, to turn around, angry fawn. Live sea towers. Faint Ascar 91. Dexter, Dukeman, Fazzy, Ragnar, Pilot G,
All the,
Pilot Gaz. There's a load of people in this bit of sky, aren't there?
I can see where it takes me. I bet it turns all the way round. And
Good. Called it 2.8.
I just can see where it takes me. I'm hoping it goes all the way round and comes back to 225 again. Or it might go the opposite direction. Which it is.
Let me put up my general options. It's data, isn't it, for the labels? Data. Data, life multiplied. Oh no, maybe it's not. It's traffic. Show traffic labels.
Show
Traffic, yeah, it's
yeah,
traffic.
traffic. Yeah.
God.
Lots. Ah, now you're seeing them all. There's loads here.
Trilby squirrel.
Trilby squirrel.
Where are you guys? Crazy Sam 342.
Behind you.
Behind you. Oh yeah, Scubby Dog. That's looking very nice. Fab.
It is, yeah, I think my compass is back to front for some reason.
Are you,
So if I set...
you wearing any magnets? Have you got your, have you put your smartphone with your wallet clip next to the compass?
That's probably what's happened.
Right, what speed are you guys doing?
140.
106.
145.
106?
Yeah, I will speed up.
Let's have a... Oh, if we come back to 100, I'll come back to 120.
Right, okay, here we go. No. Silly thing. I don't know what's going on with it. I'll have to fly manually. I'll put some power on to catch you guys up. Very strange.
A bit left to the mark.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Strange.
Where are we headed now? Are we going to the Lake District?
Right, so we're heading to basically the North Pennines. Kind of rolling now, really. And then we're heading to SHAP. You know SHAP on the M62?
Is that SHAP fell?
Yeah. Is it the M62? You pass through when you're heading north from the west.
Between Leeds is the M62.
The M6. Sorry, the M6. All these T-Bay and all that sort of stuff. When you go there, and then we'll
Been there, it poured with rain.
It generally does, yeah.
We went into the cafe with Jessie, our dog, on our way up to Scotland. And I said, no, I'm sorry, can't bring dogs in here. I thought, oh. And there were plenty of benches outside, but it was bucketing down. So we bought our sandwiches and went, all three of us went back and sat in the car and ate them in the car. Just sort of my overriding memory of T-Bay. Had the sun been out, it would have been lovely. Busy, loads of people.
Yeah, it's popular.
Then we're off on the M6 again, isn't it? Up to Carlisle and Gretna Green and all that malarkey. then we thought, oh, good, we're in Scotland. And then we had another
It's 700 miles to go.
another
Nice.
2 hours to drive round to Perth. Bloody Lord.
Perth.
This is a long way, this journey.
Altimeter.
Mark, you look like you're heading slightly off to the right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on.
Yeah.
It's not picking up
Okay, 'cause I'm almost on the magenta line, and because I'm doing it manually. None of their names are as good as ours. Spotted Dog, Flippy and Witch.
There's a reservoir here, John. You can light it. In fact,
Oh, is there a dam, is there?
there's quite a few, yeah.
Looks
No.
like it's got an earth dam, you know those
There.
gently sloped earth dams.
Mm. Like the one that nearly washed away a couple of years ago.
Where did it? Oh yes, where was that? Did it? A few years back now, actually.
That was in the north, wasn't it?
Which one was that?
And that's on the news days and days and days. And the Chinook dropped sandbags on it.
Yeah. Was it near the Lake District?
I can't remember. But they had to pump it out, didn't they, below that level? Yeah, that doesn't seem to want to go to that waypoint.
That's been a bit.
Like something's broken in the update or something.
Lost it.
Yeah, it won't,
Terrain
will it?
ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
What I'm gonna do is put the autopilot on, and I'm gonna set the heading. No, it's not working either.
Yeah, I think my issue is I've got, I've got the honeycomb throttle. The nav button won't come off. The nav button is constantly lit, but it's not picking up the nav. So I can't set. It's overriding the. I have a heading set, so it should just follow the heading bug.
Yeah.
So you set the heading bug for your direction of travel.
Yeah, see, mine's gone backwards. Like, it's almost definitely not working.
It's still not doing anything.
I'm gonna overfly this dam now.
I think it's flying. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I am now. I'll be catching you. Yeah, I'm definitely catching you up. I'll probably overtake you.
Yeah, I'm doing 120.
Can you see me right in front of you?
Yes. Flying up that road.
Scotty Dole. It's a shame we're doing it. We should have done this leg with these papers, because it's a whole leg as well. The whole idea was doing the whole for Dave, isn't it?
Mm. Blue. We could always revisit it and fly from south to north.
Yeah, well, we'll be flying from Hull again, so I could have a little poodle around Hull when we do that flying about.
Yeah, because we've got to go that way for Lincoln anyway, haven't we?
Yeah, so it's like, I think we're going to go back across west, do a bit of Wales, and then back across to Lincoln for you guys. I think leg 5 will be all about John. As he get home in Wales, and then back to Lincoln, Suffolk, I guess.
And then that'll be Tony's turn.
Then it'll go about Tony, yeah. Landon, and we'll fly with Landon.
Landon. Sort it out.
Sort it out. We've got to stop somewhere for some Whatney's Red Barrel.
What's the one that died? It was a beer called Diamond. In the Coop. Behind the Coop.
Double Diamond?
Yep.
Double Diamond.
Double Diamond.
Behind the Coop.
Double Diamond. DD.
I did go for a small phase of going into pubs. I used to go to pubs and ask for a pint of white beater.
Wife beater?
With a dead straight face, and they knew. They just poured me Stella. Nothing was said.
I remember it being called that as well, yeah.
Poured me Stella. But that was it. It's not fun.
It's just what it's used to have all the time, isn't it?
Quite a wife beater, please. Nothing was said. We just poured it, put the Stella on the bar in front. SHAP to myself.
You nearly shucked yourself.
Oh dear.
I did. Had to myself.
So you on 226?
Heading easy. Yes.
Oh, get a nice healthy glow in my cockpit. I think I am setting this right, but it's not working. So I've got a little plane on my dial, and I'm setting the little needle out the nose of the plane to where I want to go, but it's not picking it up for some reason.
You switch the autopilot on. It hasn't got autopilot, I think.
No, but it's the co-pilot,
The
and
co-pilot's doing it.
it should follow the...
Maybe he's had a couple of pints of wife beater and he's completely wankered.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, some clouds. Get a lot of those in this country.
Oddendale. That's quite nice. Have you got the light catching the hills?
It's pretty, isn't it?
That's all right. Yes, I think we should go and definitely do, once we got this done, or maybe in between, go and do some of those bush runways that are on that Flight Sim TO download. Did you tell Tony, John?
No.
Yeah. So I found there's a in the States there's loads of sort of bush and rough airfields on Flight Sim in a package. Where was it we landed at? It was a bit ropey last time. Where were we?
Oh, right, yeah.
Was it Canada?
Canada, yeah. Well, we had to land in between the trees.
It was literally trees on either side and a tree smacking them in the middle of the end of the runway.
Yeah. And I clipped the tree.
Clipped the tree. I crabbed in sideways, went halfway down the road. And then we thought, it's got to be Microsoft. And then John jumped on Google Earth and had a look. Buggered me. There it was. There's a tree right in the middle.
It really was.
Yeah.
It actually was a tree at the end of the runway, yeah. So you had to drop your plane in, sort of side slip it past the tree.
Okay, I'm turning for
Absolute madness.
maybe on 254.
That's very pretty. Some of the glaciers were absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
There's a little castle down here somewhere. I don't...
This thing just making
SHAP
It's a very famous place, isn't it?
trains.
Yeah. Isn't that where Big Bertha used to go up or not? Big Bertha. The big O 10O tank engine that used to haul trains up the incline. That might not be that. Maybe. Yeah.
Just 5 men.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find a picture of it. It's a massive, chunky, huge, great thing.
So I've got Hartop Pass coming up on Ambleside and wind in there.
Sorry, carry on. No, that was the Licky incline that it used to run up and down.
Where's that then?
Somewhere in England, I think, northern England. I'm not sure.
Not SHAP, but
No.
oh, there's a motorway down there, which is
That's the M6.
that is M6.
Yeah. You'll check.
You check.
Is that far from T-Bay?
Maybe you'll be right. It's got diesel,
Yeah.
and he can afford the fuel
Yeah, that's right.
in a DA62.
It's a 1.3 mil. It's quite
Yeah.
ridiculous.
1.7
lane, isn't it?
now.
That's still a lot of longer, isn't it?
Those ones in America were 1.5 to 1.7, and they were second hand, weren't they?
Yeah. Big time.
There's someone called Got Saucer. Oh no, Got Sauce, sorry. I thought maybe he was flying a UFO.
Someone's just kidding me. It looks like it's a horseshoe.
Oh, at last, just picked up the
Nice picture you're heading up with it.
yeah. So maybe it missed the first waypoint then.
Yeah, you got to be quite. You got to be on properly on the line or near as damn it. Different planes have different sort of tolerances to how close you are. You have to be on that magenta line before it locks onto the GPS. Sonic Boom 351. These I think they're flying Concorde. Oh no, it's a 747.
Uncle McFlipper here.
Going over the district fells. Yeah. Been here before.
Just going around the side. It's a pretty severe turn. SUBUK. Some updates coming out.
Manchester Centre Piper Golf, Charlie Lima India Papa is type Piper Arrow 15 miles south of Echo Golf Papa Quebec 3,100 feet. Request flight following.
Piper Golf, Charlie Lima India Papa Manchester Centre. Squawk 4427.
See you ahead of them, like, that's about 2 miles ahead.
Piper Lima India Papa, acknowledge last transmission.
Just going to Langdales.
Langdale Pike.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Piper Lima India Papa, acknowledge last transmission.
Basically, it's going to kind of fly around all by the cones and come back on
Piper Lima India
southeasterly
Papa, please
track.
acknowledge. Piper Lima India Papa, ATC services terminated. Good day.
Good day. ATC services are terminated. They're not.
Very pretty, isn't it?
Yes.
That's where I'd like to go one day. That Roman fort at Hard Knot.
Not pass. Yeah.
It's quite big, isn't it?
I don't know, John. I've actually been. I've been over Hard Knot Pass a few times. God, what's this? So I'm just passing over Hard Knot Pass now. As it ends. Yeah, you want to take a mini up Hard Knot Pass in the winter. That's good. That's interesting. I've done that before.
What are you looking for?
The castle. Just going over the pass. Oh, yeah, it should be a square. Oh, yeah. So it is. Go right over it. It's quite big, actually. Yeah. Oh, nice little fort. Oh, that's the track. It's not like they have the benefit of Gore-Tex or Lycra and all that sort of stuff. Windproof. Puffy jackets. Okay, I'm nearly at the SUB UK.
The trouble with Gore-Tex is it leaks.
Is it?
Yeah. I've got it's used extensively on bike stuff. And it's okay for about half an hour. And then it starts dripping everywhere. And it's nasty because it doesn't evaporate over.
Yeah, Gore-Tex is a bit old now, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's not breathable.
Burning.
Burning.
Turning and burning.
Turn and burn.
Getting to the maverick spirit of things.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
No, I can't get excited about it. I think it's all that American kids noise. Kind of done with it, right?
Bit over the top, isn't it?
Right. It was of its day, wasn't it? It was so 80s, the film.
Yeah.
It was so of its day. I'm sure it's... I think maybe if you didn't see the original 80s, it would forget. Okay. 120 knots. Zeno Stream. Zeno Stream. Holistic clock. People have got fabulous imaginations on it. If you go on the website, look at icon names.
Yeah. Right, I'm on the next leg now.
Yeah, that's it.
East, southeast.
So you're on your third leg.
Did all some for the clouds. Jake.
Rake did little with his ex. Hey.
Oh, great deal.
It knocks.
And looks like a bit of cloud coming down ahead. Dropped too late. touch the all the high stuff.
Green shot time.
Toasty warm down there. What's the temp speed?
It's boiling.
Very warm today. 26.
We've been at 17 or 18.
Is it?
It's Fridays 23, 24. Because we're so, right on the cloak. Right on the coast. Ready for the weather.
Yeah.
Keeps it ambient, man. It's just like well ambient.
Not sure I am in relation to you two. I'm en route.
You're both ahead of me.
Oh, I'm just you're ahead of me as well. Just to your 8 o'clock, about 200 feet above you, Scotty.
Oh yes. Got you. Slow down. I'm doing 140 knots.
Yeah, the rock's
Slow down.
There must have been 3 Scotty dogs.
I just a second ago I nodded off accidentally, and when I came to, my plane was vertical.
Have you been on the chin again, Tony?
Pointing upwards towards the stars. I thought, I'll just edge the nose down and I'll finesse it, and no one will know. Passengers are all fainting in fear.
Just sitting in pools of their own vomit. Captain Pumpy Bum.
I know. Lots of people up here.
Most of them are awake.
They're calling the emergency services. There's a plane about to crash.
It wasn't good.
What you should have on that is
Almost.
you have like a load of Zeds come off the top of your plane as you're flying along. That's what was coming off your wings, was little Zeds.
It's because the plane's silent.
Oh, you haven't got any-
sleep.
Any impetus.
You need something a bit more broad so you just keep you awake. Like a Mustang or something.
It's funny how it goes. Sit there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. No, it's banking. Oh, I mustn't do that.
It's probably missed. I think you turned early on the last thing, so it hasn't picked up the line.
Not yet. It's your waypoint up.
Yeah. I think there's a way you can tell it to pick up the next waypoint, but I'm not sure how. Leak.
Right.
Oh, I think it might be called Travel 2, maybe.
There's a direct button. You
Yeah.
should be able to go direct. And then you put it where you want to go, and it simply straight down. Like, that'll be next week, really.
Where is that travel to button? Is it in the cockpit?
No, on the thing at the top. I'm not sure if that does it though.
Oh no, this is the direct 2 button is on your it'll be on
In your cup.
your G1000, Johnny, your autopilot thing.
Yeah, that didn't work for me. I put direct to SHAP and it still kept turning around.
Didn't like the tone of voice, Jones.
Yeah. Maybe it can understand the Suffolk accent.
It's going to shift it. Listen.
With a slack. Yoda's
With a
cake.
slack.
With a slack. Just in the next turn. I'm on the
Oh, with a slack. I thought you said with a sack.
no, with a slack.
I was going to say, with a sack, that would be a complaint you wouldn't really want to have.
With a slack. Ooh. You had a busy day, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been non-stop.
Absolutely flat out all day. No idea doing what.
Oh, I changed the bed.
Oh, good.
Washed the old bedding. Hung it up on the line.
Nice drying day, yeah. Fresh bed off.
It was, bone dry within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Went to the shops, bought one of those long, on the barbecue, the grill, when the kind of wire brushy thing with a bit of metal on it that was curved that would run up and down the grill bits to get the fat on. Bought one of those. Oh, don't you? We had one yesterday.
I've got a house with a kitchen in it. I've evolved not to be eating in fields. Go on.
So I bought that. Came back, cleaned up the barbecue from last night because it was all covered in ash and
It's just a bit of a
Then I ordered a new sort of funny propeller-shaped thing that fits in the bottle of the kettle drum. It's a Weber kettle drum pump. The old one's about 25 years old, this one. But like all things, I look after it, do this and do that until I can keep it nice. Anyway, the propellers are bugging, so I've ordered a new one of those. But that's to with a little lever, you twist it through 70 degrees back and forth, and it can either shut off the grills at the bottom, so to slow down the airflow, or when you finish the fire, it's all cooled down. It sort of shovels it through slots into the bit below the sort of the grate that you then can put into the garden bin. It's all cold by then, it's the next day.
Put into your neighbour's garden. Toss it on the fence.
I did once set fire to my old dustbin by putting it in too early when it was still, it looked cold but it was still hot inside. And
We might set fire to his hedge.
there was all this smoke coming out our side passage and our dustbin was on fire. That was 30 years ago.
And he might have had a fat barbecue and he a little bit too close to the hedge, and it was one of those fatty ones, so it was all It was
Oh,
all
yeah,
flame,
that
all flame and
go
no heat. Yeah, and it set his bloody edge on fire.
Did it?
Oh God! Oh no! So I'm about to head over. I'm about to head over the Yorkshire. You're ahead of me over the Dales there, Tom. Yorkshire Dales.
Oh, it's lovely. Been up at Wensleydale.
Ringgill National Reserve. I think he must be over Ringgill.
Coming up to Beacon.
It's where you start.
Oh yeah, yeah they are. Oh, they're beautiful. Wensleydale and Swaledale. Hard Knock Pass.
See if you can spot James the Reed.
Yes, James. I found out which village the surgery was in 83. So I used to love the books and I read them. It was in Thirsk,
Oh,
which is in North York
yeah,
Moors.
yeah, it's quite big.
They covered the Dales as their practice, but the actual surgery was in Thirsk. And I found it with Mandan. We took some pictures and we were in a little bookshop right opposite the surgery in this street off the town square. And there were people coming in saying, do you know where James Herriot's surgery is? And of course it was a big secret and they wouldn't tell them. And it was literally, you looked out the window, you could see it across the road with the nameplate on.
Directly opposite. It's like
But
the.
it didn't say Herriot because his real name was Alf White. So, Seafood Farnham's real name was, but anyway, Herriot's name was Alf White.
I think I read this.
And then when we were coming back, when we were coming back from Perth, from the funeral last year, sort of November time, we came back through the North York Moors, and we came back through Thirsk, heading for Helmsley, where we stayed overnight before we came back down the final leg. And it had turned into, over in the intervening 30 years, a circus. The whole square was a circus.
No way.
You know, it was the biggest, beautiful, peaceful Yorkshire town up in the North York Moors. It was packed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, people, cars, coaches. I don't know. It was literally a circus.
Like the same as Harrogate and all that sort of stuff. And Home Firth,
Yeah.
I had a similar sort of thing at Home Firth.
Really?
Relatives up at Home Firth.
What's at home?
The three old guys.
Oh, Last of the Summer
That's
Wine.
the wine. So the
Oh yeah, very pretty, isn't it?
the cafe's there and stuff. You know, the cafe. Al's
Yeah.
Cafe. That's
Yeah.
there. In Home Firth. Similar sort of.
And that just packed, was it?
It's the same. I think it's Facebook and TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. And
No,
no one's
no,
doing
no.
anything wrong, are they?
No,
They're
not
just
really.
not.
Well, they are.
It's not what it
They are
was.
really. I mean, I'm not wrong, but they're not thinking. You know, that just because you can buy a massive car doesn't mean you should or you have to.
Yeah.
You know, these small villages were just not designed for fucking monster trucks. And so everybody's buying monster trucks, and then they wonder why they can't move around anywhere. Well, you know, get more people with smaller cars. It's not.
I'd buy something mini-sized every time, rather than one of these big, what are they called? Like SUV. Just too big.
Stupid, useless vehicle.
Hey.
It's like Lotus is the capital letters for lots of trouble, usually serious.
There's someone called Unwashed Jazzy here.
I've seen that, yeah.
I'm glad there's an A in the last bit,
Steady.
and not an I.
Yes. I think come flying down Wednesday, Dan.
There's loads of aircraft. That's shitloads of people. Oh, maybe going at Leeds Bradford, like. Oh, Manchester there is.
That's just said a shitloads. That's the technical term, isn't it, for air traffic control? Well, there's ships of aircraft in the sky.
You're on a journey of cheese discovery.
So I think Stoneman's Farmyard Cottage with pool. Sounds nice.
My neighbour's up there today. I've just flown over him.
Stoneman's Farmyard Cottage with pool.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
Literally in the Dales
Ah,
this
he's picked
week.
a pretty good week to be in the Dales.
Yeah, he'll tell me all about it next week, about how brilliant it was. Oh, thanks, mate. Well done.
Couldn't be right, mate.
I'm so glad you had a great time. You really tell us all about it.
Is that through gritted teeth?
Yes. Let's go.
Like, ooh, that was nice.
Definitely, yeah. How nice for you.
Yeah.
Chatty.
Do you have reams and reams of photographs you'd like to show?
Yeah,
Thanks for the charity, mate.
Heading to the Leeds East.
Leeds East.
Leeds East, yeah. Leeds East Airport. Then you've got Leeds Bradford, haven't you? Leeds Bradford's the main one.
Where's EGCN? That's what we're heading for.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that, which one is that?
That's the Leeds East.
Leeds East.
But you're probably on your right hand side. This is where all this traffic listing I think is probably heading is to Leeds Bradford EG Echo Mike November Mike. That's the main. We should be overflying Leeds East and then it's pretty much directly west towards Hull.
You know what my plane is? It's not diesel at all, it's electric, that's why it's silent.
Yes.
It's a hybrid.
Well, they're starting to trial one, aren't they? Electric plane. Electric light aircraft.
There's quite a few actually, isn't there? Rolls-Royce have just done a record-breaking one, haven't they? Along with someone else.
Surely it's the weight of the batteries that. How do they get over the? You need more power, therefore you need more battery power, therefore you need more batteries, which is more weight, so you need more power.
Elon Musk is going to sort it all out for us. He's a very, very clever man.
Oh, that was good news, wasn't it? You see the Starlink, Boca Chica, the environmental studies passed. You know, it's been really quiet down at Boca Chica.
Yeah.
Starlink, Starship.
Oh, what, the one going up to Moon first
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
Mars? Yeah.
So they did, was it back end of last year or maybe? It was the biggest one they'd done, and it just basically looked like a tube with a cone on top. And they threw it up. Yeah, they threw it up a couple of times, and they tried to land it. Well, it's been really quiet, and that's because they've had to do an environmental study, massive study, all the lawyers and all that sort of stuff. And now it's taken months of it, so it's finally been passed. So hopefully they'll start to. They can use that as their base for throwing up Starship.
So what was the environmental issue that it
Well, it's like
makes lots
it's
of
willing.
noise
Yeah.
when it
Well,
takes
it's not.
stuff
No,
up?
it's not just that. It's things like
Lots of birds around and stuff.
yeah,
isn't there?
how it will impact everything. You know, so I have a business. The noise is going to impact my clients, or things like there's a lot of turtles. So when they have all the bright lights and stuff around the launch pad, quite close to the beach link, the turtles can mistake those bright lights for the moon, and it throws them off. So they end up trying to lay their eggs in the car park, and just everything, all that kind of stuff. and then obviously all the legal stuff. They have to get all the legal stuff right. So if someone does harm someone, has to have a go.
Yeah. Shut it, slam.
Yeah.
Bloody weird looking thing, isn't it? It's just fat all the way up, like a fat tube, with the cone on the top, just as you described it.
I think that's just trying to prove the concept.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I mean, it will look. I think it will look. Oh, actually, you're right. It will.
He's a clever man, though. I like him. I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, he's clever.
Yeah, he's clever.
Yeah, but then so a lot of designers, I guess, and engineers and stuff, they're all, as a unit, they're like unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's like-
he's kind of had the wherewithal and the financial ability to bring all the brains in, isn't he? And
Yeah,
build that organisation up from to what. He obviously had the
you
initial,
don't. Go on, sorry.
he had the initial vision and foresight
Yes,
and whatever.
vision.
Yeah, and then he's made that by surrounding himself with people who are capable of. He's sitting
But
there
it's all
with
down
the
to him, isn't it? It's his enthusiasm, his money. You've got to admire him. Oh, I do it now. It's fantastic.
You know where he came from. You know why he's so rich, don't you?
Oh, you've told me this before.
Mm.
Oh, God, it's something like making
What he's-
sandwich makers or something.
No, what he's come
What is it?
original, what he set up and made his fortune with. We all use it every day to buy things with.
That was PayPal, wasn't it?
Yep.
PayPal, that's right. Yeah.
God, yeah, do it's pretty bad. Bloody do.
I don't use it so much now. I've got like just online banking thing. It's a Monzo card and stuff, so it's kind of replace PayPal, isn't it? So, there's Monzo and there's Starlink. There's one or two where it's
Why have you done that?
purely online because it's bloody brilliant.
Starlink's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, so I can have it's my play card, it's my fun card. So we each it's our any extra we have to play with goes on onto the Monzo card, and I love it because you can have pots, and each different pot. So when I was saving up to buy a guitar, I just put money into that pot, and also
It's like a piggy bank.
yeah, and also you can have your main account. You can have nothing in it. So up until so you've got a subscription that comes out on the 25th, for instance, to Disney TV. And it's £16. Well, you can leave nothing in it until you actually need to use it, which means that you can't get scammed, or you can't a subscription, a trial that you use the card for 7 weeks. They can't then suddenly go ching ching and take the money out because there's bugger all in it, and then you just move from one pot. So you have I've got 3 or 4 different pots, and I just gently move the money, and it's just literally just transfer from here to here, and it's all on the app on the phone, and you have a card as well, so you can buy stuff online. And if I go to the pub, I'll just transfer so much into that particular pot, with the active pot on that day, and you can't then go and spend the weekend if you just move some more. But the idea is, you've only got 40 quid or whatever, so that's what you're going to spend on beer then.
£1,000 just for that night.
Yeah, that's right. So it's really, really convenient.
Cashless well. But I'm cashless.
Well, it is. I mean, who carries coins and stuff around? Not hobby. It's the thing, though, isn't it?
Old people now.
Yeah, it's like the guy who comes and cleans our bin for us. He just does cash. My hairdresser only takes cash, and he can't get some cash. She just don't carry it around.
Queen has cash.
Never.
Oh, right.
She can come over and eat breath.
I was trying to see if I could see Huddersfield, but it's too hazy.
Nice garden side. You might be able to see Castle Hill and Emily Moor
No.
Tower. You can see the Emily Moor Tower.
I can only really see as far as the airport, and then it gets hazy in the cloud.
So, what's Echo Golf Charlie Mike?
That's the Little Leeds East, I feel. Maybe it's a GA field or something. Or maybe it's the old Leeds Airport.
Oh, no, it's massive. It's a big airport.
What, Leeds East?
Oh, that's Leeds Bradford,
Yeah,
isn't
Leeds
it?
Bradford's huge. That's an international airport.
Where's... What are we looking at? Leeds...
Leeds East, Echo Golf Charlie Mike.
I cannot see that on here.
Looking on the little map.
It's
Yeah.
dead,
Well, that's
dead
the-
ahead of us.
Yeah, that's
in
the next waypoint, should be.
sort of 100,
Right, okay.
24 degrees, 122.
Quite big as well. In fact, that looks like an XRAF
I was
base.
just about to say, I wonder if it's
It's
all
got a perimeter track right round it, and the way the standings are laid out, looks like there's hangars with hard standings.
Yeah. Are there any dispersal? Yeah, there are dispersals, aren't
Yeah,
there?
that's all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's an XRAF base. Just looks military in shape. Ah, here we go. 243 Quadruple Air Force. I reckon that's their cadets.
Oh yeah, it's Church Fenton.
Yeah, so RAF Church Fenton then.
I don't think. Is it active? One
As an
end,
air, as an airport, I think it will be.
one end of it's got bloody bricks, piles of stones and cages. End of 16. If you look at the end of runway 16, that runway 16 was a huge runway. When you look at it initially before the power up and stuff.
It was opened in 1937 and was home to air defence aircraft in the World War II. It retained that until the 1960s when it became a training station. It closed in 2013, is now a civilian airfield known as Leeds East.
Oh, we've got a bit of cloud, bit of weather coming.
Number 7 Flying Training School, equipped with hunting jet provosts.
Oh, I was saying Airplane Heaven's bringing out the chipmunk.
Oh, cool. I'll have that.
Yeah. The poor man's Spitfire, I think it was known as, wasn't it?
Yep.
Training X. You must have. Did you go up that, did you? I nearly went to it because I was in the ATC when I was in Nipper. I nearly went to Catterick on leaving.
Yeah.
And we were going to go gliding, and we were going to have a flight in a chippy. But the weather came in. We got up.
I've not been in Chipmunk. My sergeant came from RAF Leeming originally.
No. Oh, there's I finally seen the runway you're talking about. It's long, isn't it? Right over it. Now, what's this airfield called again then?
Leeds East.
Leeds East.
Is it used for passenger flights?
Yes, a civilian base now.
Probably small GA stuff, and maybe private.
It was originally RAF Church Fenton. And to the north of it's another base.
I know what's wrong with my sound. Stu said it this morning. I had one of those big Windows updates saying,
Oh, right, yeah.
please, do you want to connection lost? Do you want to shut down receive updates and shut down? And of course, what I've got to do is unplug and plug my sound thing in again, and then I'll get the noise of the aeroplane.
I just got connection lost in my Microsoft
Yes.
Flight.
Yeah, me
So
too.
did I.
Me too. Yeah.
So I just
All three of us got it. Same here, and we can all still hear each other.
Oh
can't
no, I think it's the game rather than this Discord.
I clicked OK and it's got successfully connected again. So,
Oh yes, yeah.
we?
Just
Yeah,
popped
me
up.
too. Yeah, just popped up.
Can I see that? Oh yes, yeah, it's still. Well, I think
Oh, and now it's saying collection lost again.
Oh, so yeah.
It's having a lurgy,
servers
isn't it? It's having a little wobble.
Yeah, that's a Microsoft problem, I guess.
Oh God, someone flying with this is called Moist Sheep.
Oh God, really? Oh,
That's not good, is it?
Oh,
no.
there's zaggy wet dog as well. That seems to be a theme.
The only time that would be good if it was cooked and covered in gravy.
Mint sauce.
It's numb nuts.
Can't have sheep without mint sauce.
Moist sheep.
It's not nice. It's numb nuts.
Successfully connected. Mint sauce.
That's quite disgusting.
It is actually, isn't it? Oh, warning. Connection
Warning.
lost. Oh, it's happening again, isn't it?
Oh, I think it. Right, do you know what I reckon it is? I reckon there's this multitude of airplanes around us causing bandwidth issues.
Because all those baddies up in the sky with us.
Yeah.
Saggy wet dog.
I think once
Joshua Puddle.
we've turned east, that might ease off a bit. And maybe everyone's logged on in everyone's logged on in America.
Yeah, I was thinking about the American thing.
Yeah, has opened their Microsoft Flight Sims and they're all now downloading the new update.
Yeah. I can't click on it again now. I've got OK to go to that. This could be turning into a bit of a disaster.
Have you clicked?
Absolute disaster.
Have you clicked OK?
Oh, I'm back.
Nearly an hour ago, I came to and my plane was pointing straight up in the sky like a fighter jet. I thought, no, this is not good. This plane is not designed for that sort of flight.
That's why you shouldn't fall asleep at. Well, I was going to say wheel, but it's a yoke,
Okay,
really,
yoke.
isn't it?
It's absolutely no yoke. Okay, here we go. I'm just overflying Leeds East.
Yes, there's another little airfield off to another warning, connection loss.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
could get it as well.
Oh, EGCJ, yeah, Sherburne Helmet.
I've got Echo Golf, Mike Golf coming up. What's that one to my left? Echo Golf, Mike Golf. That looks like a small airfield with a runway that sort of has that makes a crisscross.
Oh, look, there's the Yorkshire Air Museum at Elvington. Isn't that where the Top Gear track was?
Yeah, Elvington. Yeah.
That'll be on our left once we make the next turn. Which is happening now.
Oh, Elvington is where Hamster crashed in the
Yeah.
in the
rockets.
in the rockets. In the
Yeah.
jet car.
Not flying that thing, but driving it. It was bound to go wrong, wasn't it?
Probably wasn't his idea to be fair.
If they said to me, would you like to sit in here and drive this down this
No.
street? I said, no, no thank you. No, not for me, thank you.
Not today.
I'll just have a cup of tea.
Yeah, thanks for the charity.
Yeah, thanks for the charity.
I can't even remember where that comes from.
Oh, Smashy and Nicey.
That's it.
Yeah. Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse. Smashy and Nicey. It was
45, 45.
No.
it was Kid Jensen and what was the other guy?
Ding, 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 Thingy Overdrive, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Backman
fake
Overdrive.
Black,
Backman Overdrive was one of
Alan Freeman.
That's it.
Bizarrely, he is still a DJ, the kid. He's got to be about 110.
He's still working. He's well,
In his 60s, isn't he? I think.
More than that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Your sort of age then.
Yeah.
In his 60s then.
No, he's in his 70s.
Is he?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm only 30. Yeah, he's in his 70s. The kid.
BBC radio DJ that wasn't a kiddie fiddler.
Yeah.
Not the only one.
Yeah. Look it up, Joe. You got another screen. I can't do it. How old the kid is.
He was American, wasn't he?
Canadian.
Canadian.
It's funny how this connection keeps going up and down, and yet we're not losing.
Yeah.
We're not falling out of the group or anything like that.
He's 71.
Yeah. Lovely that.
He was Canadian British, born in British Columbia, in Victoria.
So what about Alan Freeman? Is he still alive? Is he brown bread?
I don't know. This has to be a Microsoft server bug or something.
It isn't for all. You can't, it's not our individual broadband that's dealing with the blow, is it?
No, I'm surfing the internet fine. So. No, Alan Freeman is gone.
He's brown bread.
Yeah, 79 he was. Died in 2006.
Oh God, who's it? 79. So the kid was miles out.
He was born in Melbourne.
Oh, he was an Aussie.
Yep.
Would you add him and leave him?
Would you?
I'm on track. I'm turning to the right. Now,
You're going over Beverly.
Nice plane that. I'm trying to get that working.
I'm going to come off autopilot for the last leg because that just takes you straight in. I should have gone in at Rumour Road. It's a place called Salt End Chemicals Park. Coming over that, and that lines you up nicely with 20.
oh, chemicals. I think I'm coming up to it now.
That's a good day out, isn't it? We'll go to Salt End Chemical Park and then we'll stop at for McDonald's on the way home. Job done for us something.
There's a huge town around it. Is that Beverly?
Where?
Bolt End Chemical Park.
Salt Ends? No, that's Hull. We're about to come. This is Hull coming up.
Going over a huge, just where that big right-hand turn is. There's a
Yeah, that's
big-
Beverly.
Oh, that's
That
Beverly,
is
yes.
Beverly,
That's
ah.
Beverly.
With Hull to the south of it.
And what is that river? Or that estuary?
It's the Humber.
Humber, thank you.
With the Humber Bridge.
Mama,
Thank you.
mama.
I'm ashamed that I didn't know that. It's the Humber.
The very famous suspension bridge.
Just doing some plane noise.
Your plane is sending you to sleep, also sapping your IQ. You need
It's like slowly shutting down.
you need something a bit more, with a bit more get up and go, to restore your friskiness.
Yes.
You should put the YouTube, put one of the streaming channels on, then just turn the noise up on that.
There.
The voices will be a bit better.
I've flown over Beverley. I'm on track now.
You sound like Jeremy Clarkson when you do that. He does that.
Jezza Clarkson.
Oh, Beverly's got its EGN1. It's got its own little field. It's Jury Street.
Oh yeah. Linley Hill. Is it Linley Hill? Yeah.
So I'm coming into the outskirts of Hull now.
Yeah, I'm going to fly 146, Tony. You're on that last leg.
Yeah.
If you can change your heading book to 146, because that will line you up nicely with 20 to land, rather than you just be coming straight in directly in the field.
Are you coming in from the north?
From
east?
Northeast.
Northeast, yes. I'm just going a little bit.
You're going to overfly Whiten and Bilton and Connaught. And
then over the top of Saltend and Kenningham Park. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sorry, Dave, if you listen to this.
Isn't there a place that make wind turbine blades down there somewhere?
I think
and Dave pointed that out to us before. Are you over Saltend already?
Oh, look at that. There's an Albert Dock.
I think I'm a wee bit ahead of you two, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're
10 miles from maybe 5 miles.
Not Albert Square or Albert Park then. The Morrisons.
Yeah,
I like Morrisons.
Asda Hassel Supermarket.
I am now just flying over. That must be a football ground, Hull City football ground. It's modelled flat, you know what I mean. So if you were in a civilian jet, it would look realistic. But when you're just coming over it at 850 feet, it doesn't look so good. Oh, the bridge is nice. So they've modelled the bridge. It's beautiful.
Those connection things have gone.
Yeah.
Have a look at Humber Bridge. It's beautiful.
I'm flying over Market Weighton at the moment.
Oh, I'm just ahead of you, John.
Yep.
It's very
The
flat.
whole town is north, south. It's all nice and green, pleasant.
Very flat, isn't it?
Very flat.
Coming home, John.
Hey?
Like coming home, flat Suffolk.
Yeah, it's there.
Flat as a witch's tip.
But looking around, I would say that Suffolk's more hilly than this.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely.
Norfolk's the flat one.
Yeah, Norfolk's right. Because it's all the fens, isn't it? But yeah, Suffolk's definitely hillier than this. Not tall hills, but surprisingly hilly in some places. I reckon, like in Ipswich, between the town centre and
You should be like
where I reckon that's 800 feet or so difference in height, I reckon.
like an estate agent for counties. Suffolk is surprisingly hilly. Very spacious.
Hey, I'm on the final.
It's very rural.
Very rural. I've passed what's it called? I passed John Snow's house.
Yeah.
Is that where he lives up there?
He lives
Yeah,
in Suffolk with this big old, proper old black and white Tudor house buried behind. Can't really, you only just kind of glimpse it after going through the massive hedge and stuff.
It's quite a few famous people living.
That's a big,
Chris Jones lives quite near me.
big problem.
Quite near.
My auntie and uncle look after they've got the gatehouse for Bill Wyman's castle.
No.
Really?
there's quite a few. We did it.
The woman out of time team, Helen Geek, she lives in Suffolk.
It is
Suffolk
very
West.
nice. I mean, it is very, very rural, very quiet, and
Right.
some hellish properties, lots of old historic properties.
Yeah, the trouble is, it's so expensive around
Right.
here. If you want to go out the sticks, they actually need 750,000 plus now.
It's just no good for the villages. And the villages, some of the villages are really,
Even the towns, even the houses in Ipswich are ridiculously expensive now.
which is the one where it's got the pub with all the American pilots on the wall.
Oh, what
behind the
that'll
pub.
be Mildenhall somewhere,
No,
maybe.
it's a village near there, and you walk in. It's proper old English pub. And on the wall, there's all the pilots from World War II. All sign the names, all the bomber pilots and stuff. And it's all behind glass and stuff.
American Air Base in the 8th Air Force. Guys, you need to get a little bit excited for me because I am just over now
The chemicals.
I've gone way past that. I'm on the edge of the runway.
Oh,
I know
right.
where those lights in the countryside that lead up to the runway, what they're called, food lights, approach lights.
Pipe lights, yeah.
I knew that. I'm over those now. Landing, can say it. Yeah.
See, that the A62. See, that's what you got. When you've got money, you arrive quicker, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. It just buys you time,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Only 10 towels.
Totally 10 towels. Totally brown towel.
What's his name?
So, only sackcloth.
Sackcloth.
Sackcloth suits.
I just had to use the ends of it.
You hear that, Tony? You hear what Mark just said?
What, sackcloth Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I wouldn't stand for it.
Dear.
Brutal, mate. Brutal.
He was brutal. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Gave my towel back.
Yeah, of course it was.
He knew. He was strange.
I might
Oh, no.
put that as a title on my video from now. Tony has his violated.
Towel. Yeah. I sort of landed down the end of a little. Oh, I'm actually on end. I'm turned on to the cross runway. Oh, that's not very good. I'm going to turn round, go back to the air.
Are you at an airfield cul-de-sac?
Yeah, keep it quiet though. Don't finesse it. Gonna scoot across the grass.
At least you were a hoopy food and knew where his towel was.
It looked nothing like mine. It was a quarter of the size, and it was dirty, light brown colour. Mine was big and cream.
Fluffy from the
I thought I'm going to have that bleach towel and floss.
Big and cream,
Cross.
mate. It wasn't beige by the time I finished with it then.
Yeah, a lot of it was. Yeah.
That's off-white colour.
Literally, who flosses with the towel? Do you? I don't.
No.
No.
How can that be painful?
Well, not with my soft, fluffy towel, it wasn't.
Yeah, but even with a soft, fluffy towel, if you caught it wrong, you'd have a bit of, I don't know, sack rub, really, wouldn't you?
If only it was just that, John.
nasty bit of sack rub.
Right, I have now landed.
I've
am
never
on the hard standing near the control tower, and I'm going to turn everything off.
I've never heard of anyone having their towel violated.
Exactly. Nor have I. Nor have I.
I can't believe someone had the. I'm going to say it because it's like a
Did he?
pun. I can't believe anyone would have the bare-faced cheek to do it.
There was a guy called Russ that we used to play tennis with who was with us that night. He was a little bit overweight, so we called him Large Portions. He just couldn't stop laughing. Just could not stop. I can see you two names up in the sky.
It's someone over to the left called Stumpy Frame. Sort of reminds me a bit of me, really.
Can you see me on the? You can see my name thing on the ground.
Yeah. I'm a bit lower in stature, shall we say.
What height does it give you for me? 100 and something feet?
83 feet.
83.
Manchester Center KLM 1089er is passing flight level 380, descending 10,000 feet.
I'm not super sure. I'm taller than Tony Robinson, by quite a long way. I'm the shortest out of all the boys in my family, though, which is a bit of a pisser. They're all sort of average height, 5'10" sort of thing.
You're a short house.
Yeah. Yeah. I was born early and that sort of affected it, I think.
I guess so. Unless when your mum or dad was short, then you just inherited.
My mum's very, very short.
Oh, it's inherited then, that's it. Yeah.
It's like, or, yeah, she's under 5 foot.
Going to 118.
It's really
I'm just toweling down here, guys.
When I was a teenager, she was,
I dread to think what you're doing.
it's really funny when I was a teenager, she was getting angry because you know your mum tries to give you a swipe or something when you're being annoying. I just used to hold her, sort of, no, you can't reach now.
Oh, I see, because she was too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless her. She's 73 now, I think.
Oh, she's still around, still with
Hey.
us.
Isn't it?
73, that's nothing to
No, my old man is only went quite a few years ago.
the.
Ascending.
Is that descending?
Ascending.
Crashing. Tony's already out the plane. He's rushed to the ablutions to make sure his towel hasn't been stolen.
Just got myself got a glass of bolly.
You can see my plane.
500.
Land, guys.
Was your towel monogrammed? With that sort of behaviour, that probably rubbed your initials off.
Was it?
That's all he was rubbing off.
Yeah.
There was no call for it. It was completely unnecessary.
He did it on purpose.
Yes, I think he did.
Do you know who it was?
My shitty little tail. I'm going to use this.
Did you beat him at tennis? Was it?
Mate, it's shitty. No, who was the squash player?
You know what his name was?
No, because the squash and the tennis were different.
Guys,
That's a shame because he might be still alive, or we could name check him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oi, you.
Oi. Playing towel thief.
Al Flosser.
What a flosser.
Who does that? Well, he did it to any guy in the world. This is his talent to floss. Well, my talent is in this.
would have. Did he discard the towel after?
No, I took it out. Washed it.
Really?
Washed it.
I would have thrown it straight in the bin.
Was it?
It's no matter how many times that was washed, after
Yeah.
it still wouldn't.
Wouldn't
Pull
come in, it would
up.
be soiled.
It wouldn't be
Pull
soiled.
up.
No
Pull
amount of
up.
washing and bleaching would ever
Pull up.
that happening.
Pull up. Pull up.
That would be straight in the
Pull.
bin and buy a new one on the way home.
Landing.
I can see you coming in.
Crap.
Sit down. Wheels on the ground.
I'm surprised you've never told Steerer and the guys.
What, that story?
Hey,
Well, I forgot about it until tonight.
What reminded you?
I forget what was that? We were talking about something, weren't we? Towels.
Tony
Toweling.
Towels, wasn't it?
Well, no, that came from it, Tony Towels.
No, there was a bloke, wasn't there, on our original airfield when we took off called
Oh,
Tony
yes.
T
Oh,
Towels.
that's what.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to tell Steerer and Dave and everyone that one. They're gonna piss themselves, I think.
Backtracking.
If we right up their street, that one.
Yeah. I think Dave might have a chortle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think Mark will like it as well.
Mark's here.
No, Mr. Whack-a-Mole.
Oh, Matt Whack-a-Mole. Oh, yeah.
He'll like
Oh.
that.
Where are you going, Mark?
I'm going to the apron.
Is there
I think.
another? When you turn sharp right?
I think so.
No, you're going to have to cut across the grass like me. You went on the other runway.
Oh, this one's got trees on the approach as well, hasn't it?
I
Oh,
did
yeah.
the same thing. Just come across the grass.
Where are you then? Oh, I can
Well,
see you. I can see you.
You see me? Yeah, yeah. I won't tell. I'll finesse it.
Is there any possibility when we go to Suffolk we can fly over Bentwaters as well?
Fly where you want. You just need to let me know.
And Red Forest, because that'd be nice for Tony to see where the UFO thing was.
Oh yeah.
You just need to put it in the chat to remind me, because I will forget.
Yeah.
Was that some kind of UFO impression?
It's UFO noise, yeah. Woo.
That's what
I
they do.
come in peace.
They've travelled halfway across the universe,
I mean you no harm, not half, mate.
defying all the laws of theory and physics,
Yeah.
so they can go.
No, that was the name of. That's the sound the saucer makes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Why is your aircraft 6 feet off the ground?
That was, I don't know why
It's
actually.
a very bouncy landing.
Well, that plane always bounces.
Yeah, not like that. I think I came in a bit too quickly there.
Let me take a screenshot. How ridiculous is that? Come on, Microsoft, for God's sake.
Sort it out, Microsoft.
Sort it out. Well, it shouldn't be because I've got a default Microsoft plane, and this is a default airfield as well. I don't know why it's showing
You're-
6 feet off.
You're levitating.
No.
Is what you're doing.
I've seen that before in this.
Yes, we have seen it before, but that's normally when it's another plane, isn't it?
Is there kind of like a taxiway to?
No,
Right,
just
well-
cut across the grass.
Well,
like
we thought
Mark and
there
I
were.
did. We messed it up.
Found a sort of path, but I don't know where it goes.
That's the other runway, the different
Yes.
wind direction.
Yeah. If you
runway.
go past the runway. Go past the second runway, 08 and 26.
Yeah.
And basically keep going. On your left-hand
turn
side,
right soon,
there's a couple of taxiways.
Otherwise, you'd be tree hugging. That's it.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Where those yellow boards are, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the markers. There we go. That was leg 4. Welcome to
Very
Hull,
nice.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leg 4, the Towel of Death.
Leg 4 tower, yeah. The tail, the torrid tail of Tony's towel. That's what this episode should be called.
You should put that as the title of your stream.
The torrid tail of Tony's towel.
But you know, if you had a towel that's a foot square and then there's one that's 8 foot square, you would know which one was yours, wouldn't you?
How long,
Which one
how
is-
long ago was this, Tony?
Oh, 30 years.
It's obviously left a big impression on you.
How's that? Well, that would though, wouldn't it?
Well, I forgot all about it until Tony Towel popped up flying with us.
If someone had violated your towel with their nether regions, you wouldn't. You'd remember everything.
It was.
Here comes the witch.
We all go across the grass. I like that.
Fully
Hello.
pro. We're fully pro.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it must be me. I think. Is it? Yeah,
Going.
you're both bloody levitating.
Oh, really? That's very odd. I was just about to fly a taxi through you. They stopped in front.
Got a picture of them. Very good. Thank you, stream. See you
Thank
for
you, stream.
See you for leg 5.
Very good.
Well,
The extra leg.